I have a special guest with me here today. Her name is Christy A. Bell, and she is one of the subscribers to my channel, Robeson Design. Tell us where you're from.
I'm from Texas, Midland. Most of you probably haven't heard of it, but hometown of George W. Bush.
I love George W. Bush. Do not unsubscribe. Just saying. I love him like my daddy. I do. It's true. Anyway, Carrie's like, I'm unsubscribing, and she works for me. Okay, so here's what happened. My son, a lot of you know my son Scott. He has his own channel. It's called SoCal Dude 3077. His show, he does this little contest every week where people can enter their name and say, hey, I want to drive to work with you. And of course, it's not real, it's kind of virtual. So once a week, he dials a phone number of someone who wins the contest, and he talks to them on his way to work. It's pretty funny.
It is. It's really funny and keeps your attention the entire time, which is hard on YouTube.
It is. And you know what? It's even harder for Scott to keep his attention because he's ADD. So she's been a very loyal follower and actually was one of the lucky winners who drove to work.
Week 2.
Week 2. She was week 2 winner. She has a really good friend who lives in Los Angeles, and she flew out to Los Angeles from Texas to visit him. And she just happened to mention to him, how far away is San Diego from LA? And what did he say?
About 2 hours.
2 hours, which doesn't seem like anything to you, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Texas is really big, and so 2 hours is really, really short.
So they decided to take the Amtrak train down to San Diego to meet Scott personally. Last night is Scott's normal night to do his blog TV live, and Christy was a guest. So it was kind of exciting for us, really, because, you know, YouTube, I've got 24,000 subscribers, and I don't ever get to meet any of you. So it was really neat. I think you actually found Scott through my channel, right?
Every once in a while, I'll get friend invites, and I'm like, blah, 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 okay, approve. So I remember one of them it said Robeson Design, and I was like, oh, that's cool. She designs robes. And so I was like, okay, approved. A couple weeks later, I was checking my sub box, and I'm subscribed to What the Buck, and I was watching it, and he was in bed with this lady, and I was like, and they started talking, and they talked about Robeson Designs, and I was like, oh, that sounds, oh, it's the
robe designer.
And so I went back, and I was like, oh, I forgot to subscribe to her. I was like, I definitely have to now because What the Buck loves her. So I went back and I subscribed, and I started watching her videos, and I was just blown away by the talent and just the overall beauty of her videos.
I love her. That's pretty neat. Thank you. That's a nice compliment. She and her friend came over and they did the blog TV. So afterwards, I said to her, you know, we talked a little bit, and I said, do you have any, I'm here, do you have a question for me about your room? And she said,
well, I had said that, well, I had actually submitted for the Makeover Mondays, and it was a couple days before she had to cancel it, and so I was like, oh, okay.
So I just thought last night when she left, I knew they were staying an extra day, I decided, you know what? I am very busy right now, as you know, but it's kind of special to have someone here who's flown all the way out here to meet Scott, and I really think she came to meet me. She just doesn't want him to feel bad about it, right? Exactly. Here's the deal. She doesn't even know this yet. I'm telling her for the first time while I'm telling you, I did your room. So I have a few things. One of her issues was the evil light fixture, as she calls it. So here's what I had in mind for you, Christy. This is a light fixture that has a nice big canopy. Hopefully the size of this will replace the square opening and you won't have to do any construction type things. If not, someone has to kind of drywall that ceiling in to make it not such a big opening. This one is 11 inches, so we're getting closer. So go online and see what you can find. You might even find one with a square plate. Okay. And it might even have 4 of the bulbs. So you can just direct them wherever you want to. I think you're gonna find that this is gonna be really, really helpful and give you tons of light and be the least big deal, you know, in the whole scheme of things. Here's Christy's room. As you can see, she has very strong blue paint in the room. And one of my questions was, can we repaint the room? You know, I asked that generally to everyone, not even knowing you had a blue room. And she said yes, except one wall has a mural on it that you personally custom painted. I'm sure it has a lot of emotional and sentimental value, so you want to keep that, and that's fine.
Right.
I'm going to recommend that we paint all the other walls though.
Right.
So this, part of your issue is you got a dark room, and with good reason, one light and dark paint. That'll pretty much do it. So she has a twin size bed here that she has in the corner, a door into the room. Now this picture shows what Christy did on her wall, where she did a mural of things that mean something to her. Give us really briefly what all this means.
Well, the reason I did this was I was going off to college, and then also I wanted to leave something behind for whenever my mom would miss me. There was a piece of me in my room that she could look at, and so I took my favorite song lyrics that really meant a lot to me, and I just put them all over my wall.
And your major in college is what?
Music marketing.
So that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. So this is the wall that means something to her, and the one that basically is sacred, and I'm not going to touch. So you get to keep that. Yay.
Yay.
Then we go to the next wall as we go around the corner, and she has a window wall. It's about 5'10" wide, and it's 4 feet up off the ground. And then she has various different pieces of furniture that she needs. Obviously, she likes to read, and she needs space and places to put things. So we need to find a place for these where it looks not as random, but more, I don't know, decorated, and still very functional. And then over, as we turn the corner, there's another wall with 2 more doors. So here was the window wall on this side. This is the door to the closet. This is the door to the bathroom.
Right.
And then right over here is the entrance door where we started from. So what I decided to do was I'm trying to give her ideas